Hey YouTubers, Test1 here. Got a new figure. It is a Spider-Man that I've been waiting a long time to get. I passed on, I think, on 2 movie types, The Amazing Spider-Man and Spider-Man himself. This is the Hot Toys homemade suit version. I finally, after 8 years, have my own Spider-Man, and I'm very happy with what I've got with it. There's no beanie, there's no carry bag, and what do you call them, jumper, what do you call them, scarf, and it's just a home suit version, and the actor himself's face sculpted, so just fantastic. There you go. Here's the box. It is not a slip case, it is an opening case. And as you notice, I'm wearing the Stan Lee top. Get well soon, Stan, because that was very scary to hear that you ended up in hospital because of your heart. So kick back, brother, and yes, don't just relax. Without you, fella, we wouldn't have the Spider-Man. We would have some other character. I'm sure of it. So. Rightio, it's pretty much out of the box. I'm going to share with you this guy with some accessories and a nice flexible stand, which is ideal. These stands are ideal for posing for heights, and it's not an overly huge one. You get the bigger ones. Well, yeah, it's the same sort of thread top, but the basketball ones are quite tall. They're about here. So for what it is, it's yeah, you can do some unique poses without having too much height. And yeah, so we'll get some close-ups of these accessories and this character and the Tom Holland sculpt. Okay, let's go. Okay guys, the only thing I really really liked about this is the fact that they used the material cloth on the head. I've always wanted to have a material cloth on the head. For just having the sculpted versions is just not really cutting it for me, but this one has the material head, so it's nice balaclava. Then you have these amazing little eye focus goggles that he made himself, digitally made himself, and you have also 2 other sets that have different expressions on them to go with that. The tracksuit top with the painted on or printed on spider that he's done. The little spiderweb gauntlets, or what do you want to call them. Very detailed, very cool. And plenty of room in these. It seems like the tracksuit pants have like an underliner underneath, so it sort of gives you that sort of more of a tracky sort of feel and look to. Another good thing about this figure is the material socks that they've applied. They haven't done the material on the boot, but I don't think it was material on the movie anyway. It was leather. The underneath, spider traction, beautiful. Lots of mobility in the ankle. So you can only pose the figure 90 degrees, and that also applies to the legs, so don't try to overextend them. You can swirl them up, but do not come out from the sides over 90 degrees. Cool. The colours are great, you know, it's I'm very happy with the overall look of him. And to have my first Spider-Man, you know, I can't really compare to the previous figures that have come out, because I've been waiting this long to get my ideal figure. Then we have the sculpted Tom Holland head. I'm very impressed with the detail that's been done with this. A little bit of a knock on the head there from the movie scene. Very detailed, and so much a likeness to the man himself, so very good. Okay, web accessories, you get the pretty much the shooting short shooting lengths with the web mass on the end unopened. You get the extension shoots for the actual web, the opening web to click onto, and also you can have the gripping web that goes in the extra set of hands that you do get with a hole in the fist. So the instructions do say not to push down on the web into the hand, but to feed it through and pull down. So there you have it. So that's the gripping, sort of the web that he used, I suppose, for swinging reasons. Okay, move those aside. The carrying beanie, not to be put on the actor's head. It's only for handling, holding purposes. And I'm not too sure exactly how he's supposed to hold it, because moving right along, we have the fisted hands that are already on Spider-Man. They're closed, just fisted hands. We do have the gripping. Oh, okay, this right hand has a slightly bigger hole, so that's where the balaclava goes on. So the right hand and the left hand for the web holding. Then you have next the shooting hands. Lots of detail in the hands, well painted. And then you have these very well thought of wall climbing hands, I suppose, or ground landing hands. Hands that are sort of spread out with their slightly curled at the tips of the fingers. So really like those, I like the way they've been made. So all up you have these extra 6 set of hands, including the fisted hands he has now. Then you have the additional eye lenses, one squinted, and the other one is sort of slightly more of a serious, I suppose, look. And then of course the ones he has on his face here, which is the normal looking eyes. That's pretty much it. You get your, of course, your spare pegs, and then the stand. I mean, the stand's pretty cool. Yeah, nothing over the top, but I'm pretty happy with how it is. It's like a it's got like a little pattern through it, like a digital sort of pattern through it of the of Spider-Man's. I'm not too sure. It's just like a digital sort of web. If I'm carefully tilt it back and forwards, you can see that sort of pattern. So yeah. Okay, cool. I have this you know, basic pose. It's all I would have preferred is the stand probably have a bit more play length in it. I'm not sure if they'll do that with the next release of Spider-Man figure, but the stem I would have preferred to have it a little bit more higher. I appreciate what they've done, but by adding this in was good, but I would have preferred to have it a little bit more height, so we could go higher on the DTOF or display cabinet for extreme posing. But look, the webs went in sort of fine. The only thing I probably would have an issue, a small issue with, is that the extension piece of the web was drooping down, so that was pretty small issue, nothing serious. You could probably straighten up with a little bit of, using a little bit of wire maybe, or having it the web connected to the glass. But other than that, the joints were fine. It posed really well. The double jointed elbows and knees, obviously. The material head, the bagginess of the pants is perfect. Plenty of posability there in the legs. Good extreme poses that it's doing. It's got a good crunch. So pretty much it's a well made Spider-Man. Can't compare it to the other Spider-Mans because I didn't buy them. It took me 8 years, but I finally did get one. There was two issues. Maguire, didn't like the guy as an actor and didn't want to have a figure of him in my display cabinet because of that reason. It's personal. Garfield, Andrew Garfield, he was a little bit tall, but that wasn't the reason why. I know I almost got that Spider-Man, but the reason was because of the breaking shoulder joints. So that was a put off for me. So here it is, the Homecoming Spider-Man homemade suit version. Really cool, great sculpt. There we go. Just get up there. Basic accessories, nothing too much, and that's how I like it. So very happy with this, and I'm going to leave this video at that. Thanks for watching. I hope I'm using a new camera, so I'm hoping that it does turn. The volume might be a bit of an issue, but I will soon find out when I plug it in the computer, and I might see if I can adjust the sounds. So other than that, hopefully I'll upload this on YouTube, and you guys enjoy my video. Test just went out. Gotcha.